Hey guys, welcome back to the Snapprint Chronicles. Today we're coming back at you with a bit of a vintage tool, not a ratchet, but it's actually an electrical tool. It's a Dremel, but a vintage Dremel. And here we have the Model 2 kit, catalog number 222. So this is a pretty old Dremel from the paperwork inside. I'm going to show in a second. It's probably from the mid-60s, and this I found at an estate sale recently, and I picked up some other stuff, and I saw this and I was like, it's pretty good. I'm going to open it up in a second, but it had all the paperwork in it, and you know me, I always like stuff that's kind of that has all the original stuff in it, all the original paperwork and pamphlets and all that stuff. So this one was kept, everything I guess was kept in this unit. It's funny because when I found the box, I was like, okay, the Dremel's missing. The Dremel wasn't in the box, but it was laying like 2 feet away, and I was like, oh, this must be the Dremel. I thought somebody bought it already. They just took the Dremel and left the box, but that wasn't the case. And this is a metal box. It has a little latch here. Nothing to lock it with. I don't see any loops or anything that you can lock it. So it just folds down like this, and it opens up like that. And here is the Dremel. Uh-oh, it looks like it wants to fall back. Oh, let me see what I can put in here. Put a flashlight in here for the time being. Here's the Dremel. Doesn't look anything like you would expect a modern one to look like. There is that's the name of, I guess, the original owner. They had the last name and middle initial. I blocked that out of respect for this person. I'm not sure if they are still with us or not, so I'll just leave it at this belonged to Arthur. And here we look at the collet. It's not like a modern collet. There's some rust on here, but if I was looking at the brochure and it was saying these were you would have finger tightened these. This one had this attachment in it when I got it, and it was stuck, and it was probably in there for a long time, and I got some WD-40 and I put a little bit in there and I worked it out, and it came out eventually. So now it works. So I guess this had some knurling on it. It's the rust is covering the knurling, and also you could put a 1/8 I guess drill bit, or maybe one of the 1/8 ends of some of these attachments, and you could put them in the hole. There's a hole on each side, and you can tighten it like that also. Kind of a not so secure way of tightening the modern ones, or the ones I have, which I say is modern, but I've probably had it for like 20 years now. It has the little wrench with the squared collet that you tighten down with the little wrench. And here is the button. Is a metal button now. I mean, before that you would immobilize. You would keep it from spinning, so you can tighten something down, and it wouldn't just free spin. That was that button. And this is like a black plastic. I want to say Bakelite. Were they still making Bakelite in the mid-60s? I'm not sure. And here's a little loop, I guess, to hang it up. And these are the brushes here. Again, no screw, no slots or anything. I guess just finger opening. And there goes the top, and it looks like brass. Looks like a brass screw. And here is the brush. Brush is still possibly original, still intact. This works, by the way. I tested it. And let me put this back on. You just screw it finger tight. This is a switch, just an on and off switch. No switch to go through different speeds or anything. Just one speed. This is a one speed machine. And one thing that I did notice, a good chunk was missing here from, I guess, someone using it probably not correctly, and a chunk flew out of it. I'm assuming, unless they did this for a reason, which I can't figure out why they would do that, but there's that. And the cord, which was interesting, because this is a, hold on, this is a 3-prong cord, and the machine I had from 20 years ago, it has a 2-prong cord, and I would think it was funny that in the 60s they went from a 3-prong back to a 2-prong for some reason. I'm not sure why, but this, I believe this is an original cord. This one wants to it wants to lean back on me. And yeah, like I was saying, this is like a thicker, not so thick cord. It's pretty thick, and it's 3-pronged, so kind of interesting there, because for some reason, if they were doing 3 prongs, they went to 2-prong, and I think the more modern ones might be 2-prong. I know the ones I have a couple, and they are 2-prongs, so kind of interesting. Here's a look inside. You can't see much in there. I'm not gonna open this up. I'm just gonna show stuff from the outside. Here's a little light. Ain't much you can see there. I'll just let that teeter there. And over here, you can see some of the fan there. Has a screw here, and it has a screw here on the body. Like I said, I haven't taken this apart. I'm not sure how to take it apart, but I'm going to assume that this screw has something to do with it, and possibly that screw has something to do with taking this most likely apart. I'll put that aside for a second. Here's some interesting lettering. I didn't even notice that before. What does it say? It says Excelsior, something Connecticut. I think it says Excelsior. It says USA Excelsior? Is that what it says? Something Hartford, Connecticut. So they're probably the ones that made the case. This is the inside. I don't know. The styrofoam doesn't look too great. I guess that's what they used back in the day, but I don't know. It looks kind of cheap almost. This inside styrofoam. It's old, but even when it was new, it's probably not something that gave a lot of confidence. Some of the accessories are here. I'm not sure if these are original. Some of them probably most likely are. This one looks like it was used a lot. That was the one that was in the machine when I found it. probably had a good amount of use. Here's something that looks kind of like a saw or something. Is that possible? I don't know. I never used this attachment. Never seen one of those. And here is one of the barrels for the sanding barrels. This one looks well used also. All the grit is come off of that. And for the life of me, I've had this in my other sets. I don't know what this is. What is this? Why did they include these in these sets? What's the purpose of these? I mean, there's no attachment, so what would why did they have to put this in every set since the 60s? Some brushes. You can see the tips are pretty rusty, so it might be original. And some cutting, sanding disc. What does it say on the bottom? Something penny, some company, but can't read it. Come on. And this one looks a lot like that one, but newer. So I'm not sure. Okay, but the other thing is it came with the original pamphlet and the original card here, registration card, warranty card, I guess, whatever it is. And yeah, remember these cards when I used to have these punch outs back in the day? You guys who were old enough, I remember these in the 70s when I was a kid growing up. You don't see that anymore. Something, I don't know what they use. They use that for something. Like they ran it through a computer or something, and it would tell them some information. But yeah, here's the original warranty card, and back here is, I guess, a little catalog of prices and ordering, like an ordering form. And let me see here, where is this? There's a number 1. Number 2 motor tool is $19.95. I think that's just the motor tool. Let me see if there's anything else here. Oh, there's more on the inside. It's a lot of stuff. Okay, the 222, like this one. 222. It's model number 2, motor tool kit, and this sold, I guess, the retail price was, the manufacturer's retail price was $29.95. So this was about $30, manufacturer's retail price back then. And it has, I'm surprised that even back then they had all these attachments and stuff that you can order. Here there's like this whole big sheet just of attachments, and this is the inside, and it folds over, and there's more on the back. And here it shows some of the kits. This kit is this, so this is what is it, number 2, yeah, catalog 222. So this is the kit. This one shows a 2-prong cord, has something like a spacer here. I guess it goes around the collet here. It shows the attachments it came with. I guess it came with the full, everything full. Every hole was full of attachments. And yeah, it just shows the machine and stuff. But what I like about this, and here's the front, and it's also full of attachments that you can buy. But I like when they actually date these price lists, and it says prices effective until May 1st, 1966. So this machine was probably bought around 1966. So it puts it close to, I guess, a few years shy of 60 years. So yeah, so this is the order form. It has all the paperwork here. Pretty cool. And yeah, this is the machine. And it's kind of a tight fit. You'd have to get all this wires in good to get it to close properly, but it's possible, you know. Even in my other machine, I always have to fumble with the cord to get it in the case, because the cord always wants to do what it wants to do. So yeah, I think I picked this up with a few other things. So if I price everything individually, I think I paid $7 for this set. Alright, so just wanted to show you this kind of a blast from the past, old style Dremel. Alright guys, until next time.